Okay, this brief video covers binomial probabilities on a calculator. If you feel like you've got this figured out from watching the other videos, there's no need to watch this one. Calculators, I'm going to go through two 84 calculators and an 89. On an 84, you may or may not have menuing to help you remember what to enter. If you don't have it, to get to binomial, you're going to go second vars to get to distributions. Then you're going to scroll down and find binomial PDF and CDF. PDF remembers an equal to case. You have to remember the syntax, NPK. So if I'm sampling 10 switches, and there's a 10% chance of finding a defective switch, and I'm interested in the probability of finding 2 defective switches, then it's 10 comma 0.1 comma 2, and I get the probability of 2 defective switches out of 10. If I'm interested in 2 or fewer, well, first remember that your calculator, your 84, can only do less than or equal to, but I said 2 or fewer, so that's okay. So I do binomial CDF, and the syntax is the same, 10 comma 0.1 comma 2 or fewer, it's still NPK, and I get the probability that way. Now recall, if it's not less than or equal to from the binomial distribution videos, you have to convert your question to a less than or equal to in order to use binomial CDF. Now some 84s come with some menuing, so when we use the 84 with menuing and we go to binomial PDF and CDF are together. When I go to PDF, it asks for a number of trials. Well, that's nice. It's a reminder. 10. My probability of success was 0.1, and X value is the number of successes you're interested in. Hit paste, and you get what we saw before, and hit enter, and you get the same answer. If I'm doing CDF, I want to do 2 or fewer switches, I'd see the exact same thing. 10% chance of a defective switch, 2 or fewer switches. You still have to remember that you're only doing less than or equal to using this function. So if your problem's not a less than or equal to question, then you need to convert it to 1. But at least the menus remind you of the syntax, NPK. 89 is a little friendlier for this. If we get to a TI-89 and you get to your stats functions, F5 is distributions. And if you scroll down here, you'll find binomial PDF and CDF. If you pick PDF, it asks for number of trials, it asks for probability of success. We were using 10%, and it asks for number of successes. I'll put in 2. You're sort of nicely prompted for everything you need. Hit enter. Whoops. Let's try that again. F5. Get too many keys at one time. Binomial PDF, what I entered is still there. And if I enter my way through, it throws a PDF up at the top. That's the probability you're looking for. Right, CDF is a little friendlier on the 89s in that it lets you enter a range. So let's go to binomial CDF. Here it asks number of trials, same as before. Let's say it's 10 switches, 10% chance. But then it asks for lower value or upper value. If I wanted to do 2 or fewer, I could easily do 0 and 2. If I wanted to do 5 or more, I could do 5. I've got 10 switches. I could put in 5 to 10. If I wanted to do more than 5, well, that starts at 6, and I would do 6 to 10. If I wanted to do less than 3, well, that's 0. Oops. Less than 3 is 0 to 2. So you still have to think your way through the proper numbers based on the inequality. But it's a little more helpful in that you're allowed to enter ranges and you don't have to convert everything to less than or equal to. So that's how you use your calculators to do binomial math.